Hi guys, today's video I'm going to show you how to connect MongoDB database to the Node.js, and we will create the API and display the records on React.js application. So I want to show you very basic and simple example, like I will create the post table with title and body and display all the record in React.js application. So let's get started from the scratch. Before start, I want to make sure you need to install the Node.js and also you have installed MongoDB in your system. Okay, so now let me go here and let's start it. Okay, so I'm going to create new folder over here, and that's called like React MongoDB database. Okay, and let me go to that folder Mongo. Okay, and now here I'm going to create first Node.js application. So just mkdir and node backend. Okay, so you can see that there is a one folder and that's called node backend. Okay, and let me go to that folder, and for the backend we are using the Node.js, so that's the reason I have created separate folder. Same way we are going to create React frontend for the React. Okay, so now let me go and just npm init this y, so initialize package.json. Okay, and after that I'm going to install Express, Mongoose and Cores. Mongoose we are going to use for connecting to the MongoDB database. So that's the reason, and Cores to allow the other HTTP request. Okay, so just enter to install the Express.js and Mongoose and also Cores. So let's wait a moment to download that dependencies. Okay, so that's downloaded. Let me go back and just I'm going to open the entire project to my VS Code editor. So just hit enter. Okay, and you can see that there is a, yeah, let me close this and let me go here, and you can see that now first of all I'm going to create a new file over here that's called server.js file. Okay, and here I'm going to write the API code. So let me create const express and require from express library. Same way we are going to use codes, and codes also will require from the codes library. Okay, and then I'm going to define variable const port. Okay, and port will be 8000. You can keep, if you want to add 5000 you can keep. Okay, but for now I'm going to use 8000. Okay, and then I'm going to create the app variable from express helper. Okay, and then app.use. Okay, and I will use codes function like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do just node port, so that means it will be listen the 8000 port using my custom snippet. Okay, and then I'm going to just do like this, just save it and let me go to my terminal. Let me clear it and go to again node backend and node server.js, and you can see that server is running at localhost 8000. Okay, so this is working perfectly fine. Now let me go here, and here I'm going to write the coding for the Mongoose. So let me first import Mongoose. So here Mongoose like this. Okay, and yeah, and require from Mongoose like this. Okay, and then let me go, and here I'm going to database connect. So I have already created custom snippet for that and MongoDB database. So here you can see that mongoose dot connect function, and inside the argument you need to pass your path of your MongoDB database. So right now it's listen 27017 and DB name, so that means we need to pass the database name. So I'm going to write like my database like this. Okay, and make sure in your system like you have already installed the MongoDB database. So let me go to my terminal and I'm going to access the MongoDB database. Okay, so how can I do this? Mongoose. Okay, this command you need to hit enter, and you can see that yeah, there is a problem, it's already connected. So let me try it again, Mongoose ID and connecting to this. So there is a problem right now, it is not connecting because we have stopped MongoDB yesterday. I just need to start the MongoDB. Okay, and now if I click on Mongoose, you can see that I am able to connect and there will be a return the test. Okay, so we have written my database. So how can I do this? Use my database, hit enter, you can see that switch to DB. Okay, and now here I'm going to create the new post record. So I will just call db dot host. Okay, and then insert one like this, okay, and inside that I need to pass the JSON, and JSON title will be just test title 1, okay, and then comma, and that will be a body, okay, and here just say test body like this, okay, and hit enter, and you can see that there is a created one record. So now these records we are going to access from the Node.js and display into React.js application. So let me go here into the back over here, and now I'm going to create new API. So that's called like post API like this, okay, and here I'm going to just say app get request, okay, and slash API slash post like this, okay, and then I'm going to just pass request response. And then what I need to do, if I want to connect with the post, then I need to define the model. So okay, so let me go here and create new folder models, and all the tables model I need to declare over here. Right now we have a just post, so I will just say post.js. But if you have a like users, then you need to define user. If you have a like products, then you need to define the product. So here I'm going to just say post, and I'm going to just define new variable and Mongoose required from Mongoose like this, and here I'm going to just post schema and new Mongoose dot, okay, and here I will just use the schema, okay, like this, and then here I'm going to pass the name, okay, and string column name, okay, and here I'm going to just say body. We have a to field, and that also will be the string, okay, and second argument I need to pass is timestamps, okay, and timestamp will be true for now, okay. Then I will just call module dot export, okay, equal to mongoose dot model, okay, so model name will be post, okay, and I just need to pass second argument is post schema, okay. So that means this is very basic post models I have created, and so that means that our post table is connected to this schema, okay. And now let me go here, and that post I need to use over here like this, const post equal to require, and require from the dot models dot post like this, okay. And then here what I need to do, just I'm going to define new variable that call post, okay, and I will just use a wait. That means I need to wait until the record is going to find from the MongoDB. You just need to write the post dot find method, okay, not comma, just post like this, okay. And if you are using the await, then asynchronize I need to make it the method like this, okay, and then just I will call JSON and post and just save it, okay. So that means our API is ready. Now let me go here and go to the again Node.js, and let's restart, okay, and then you can see that MongoDB database is connected because we have a log over here, okay. And now just copy this URL and go to browser and just API slash post, okay, hit enter, and you can see that I am able to get the first record from the MongoDB database like title and body. So this is working perfectly fine. Now let me go and create a new application for React. So let me go back and npm create, and I'm going to use the Vite configuration by default, okay, and React frontend folder name, okay, and dash template, and hit enter. It is going to create new React application. I will choose the React framework and TypeScript, that's fine. And let me go to that React frontend folder, okay, and then I just call npm install, hit enter, okay. Just wait a moment to download React dependencies. Okay, you can see that npm installed, and now let me go to the VS Code editor. You will see Node backend and React frontend for that. So React.js application install this separately. Now let me go and npm run dev. Okay, so let's run the React application. Just copy this, and this URL we are going to use in React application. Right now with plus React there is a simple page is running. Now let me go and go here, and also let me remove this entire stuff over here. Okay, and just I will keep one div, and okay, and then what I'm going to do, I will just use bootstrap to create the table. So let me go and go to the bootstrap cdn. So I will just say cdn css, go to the introduction and copy that, and go to the index.html. I will just put there. Okay, cdn I'm going to use. I'm not going to install the bootstrap. Maybe if you are doing for a admin panel you have to install it, but for this example, quick example, I'm going to use the cdn. Okay, and then if I go here, I just need to write like b table. That means I have created custom snippet for VS Code editor. Hit enter. It will create very basic and simple table. Okay, and just instead of class I'm going to just say class name like this. Okay, and let me remove this entire stuff from here. Okay, remove this, save it, and also index.css I'm going to remove, save it. And now let me go to the browser. Okay, and you can see that there is a perfect simple table, but there is no spacing. So let me go here and I'm going to add new class over here, and that like p4 something like that, and you can see that. And let me add one h1. Okay, like MongoDB database connection example. Okay, something like that, and you can see that MongoDB database connection example. Now I am going to use this API, and here I am going to display that record. Okay, so let me go here, and what I can do, just I will define const post set post. Okay, and just I will use state. Okay, like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, just use effects. Okay, and here I need to call the API, so I need OxyOS to call the API. So let me go back, and just I'm going to just say install OxyOS npm package, and it is going to install in React frontend application. So let's wait a moment. Yeah, it's installed, and let's run back the npm run dev. Okay, and like this, and there will be a get method, and URL I need to pass over here. So just we already have a URL, paste it. Okay, and just I will call then response, and then what I'm going to do, just set post. Okay, and the response will be response.data like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, post.map, and there will be a post. Okay, and just and after the tr. Okay, and here what I'm going to do, post title like this. Just title I'm going to display first. So let me go here, and if I go, you can see that test title 1, so that means it is correctly displayed. So let me do same thing for body, and same way for the id. You can see over here id is underscore id, so that means I'm going to display the underscore id. Just save it. Okay, and if I go, you can see that. Let me remove this action column because we are not going to use that one. So just remove this and keep simple. Okay, just go here, you can see that id with the title. Okay, now let me go, and we already I think connected with the database. So let me just add another row over here, that's called test2. Let's do another record 3, and okay, and now let me go back, and you can see that test 1, test 2, and test 3. So that means this is very simple and basic example where I can connect the MongoDB database to the Node.js, and I can access and display the records on React.js application. If you like this video, then don't forget to share with your friends, and like, share, and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video, guys.